Hi, it's Robin, and I wanted to talk to you about cutting back on soda. Soda is a big thing in a lot of people's diets, and it's really a lot of empty calories, and anybody I know that drinks soda pretty much wants to cut it out. But some ways to cut down on soda, if you're feeling like you can't go cold turkey and you want to cut down, there's a lot of ways to do it. So let's say you drink 2 to 3 sodas a day. Lots of people actually do that. Cut down to 1 a day. You know, pick the time where it kind of is the hardest to avoid, and maybe keep that soda in and get rid of the rest. And then do that for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then cut down to maybe 3 days a week. Maybe you have 3 days, like maybe Mondays are rough for you, Fridays are rough for you, something like that. And so you keep your soda in those days, and you do that for a couple weeks, and then you gradually cut back until you are not drinking any soda. And it can be a lot easier on your body to do it that way. It gives it time to do it gradually and get used to it. But there is also a lot of time to slip up in that time. So there's positives and negatives to both. Mixing it with water is another way to do it. So maybe you drink 2 sodas a day. So you go down to 1 soda, but you still have the same amount of volume. You just add water so that you're having half soda, half water each time. And then you gradually cut it back so that you're having more water, less soda, or maybe you cut back to 1 half water and half soda a day instead of 2, and you just gradually cut back from there. Tracking your calories could be really helpful because a lot of people don't think about how many calories are in a soda and what it's actually doing to their diet. And I think awareness is always a great thing. So even tracking your calories for a few days just to see what you really are putting in your body and kind of where you might need to tweak it, I think is valuable information. Not that you have to track your, everything that goes into your mouth forever, but just to get an idea of where you're actually at, because a lot of times we're not really where we think we are until we start tracking. And that goes for a lot of things, not just diet. So another way is to maybe think about be more aware of the calories. So if you are drinking, say, 3 sodas a day at 140 calories a soda, so that's 420 calories, right? And, think about how long, do some research and figure out how much, you're gonna have to run for like an hour. How long are you gonna have to work out to burn that off every single day, to burn off those calories? So that can also help you, just be more aware and think about it before it goes into your mouth. Drink a glass of water first. So if you're like, really want a soda, maybe it's the time of day that it's your habit to go have a soda. A lot of times we're just thirsty. So make it a rule that you have to drink a glass of water first. Like make it a big glass of water first. And maybe that'll be enough. You can push it off till later. You won't have the craving until later. Or you'll just feel satisfied and you don't really feel like you need the soda. And so you can kind of slowly cut back. But a lot of times we're just thirsty. And that's what we're used to drinking is soda, so our body is not necessarily craving water, even though that's the best thing for us. So drinking a big glass of water before you drink any soda can be really helpful. You can also switch to more natural brands, like Zevia or, there's some Jones stuff that it still has sugar in it, may still have caffeine in them, but they're more natural, less chemically, and just progress from there. And then maybe take some, switch to half and half, or do a more natural brand of soda and then switch to half of that and half water. And usually they're not as sweet, so it can help your taste buds kind of adjust during the whole process. So it can, it can be a good way to transition. Not that you're going to switch to those and just drink those instead, but use it as a stepping point, right, to get off completely done with soda. That's the goal. And then give seltzer a try. So sometimes it's just the bubbles that you want, that you crave, or that, that would be enough that would be satisfying. So you can try, like we have a soda stream that we use a lot, and you can just add some lemon to it. You don't have to add chemicals, and sometimes just the water is enough, but maybe you start off with some sugar and some lemon to give it sort of more of the flavor that you're used to, and then slowly cut back the sugar until you're kind of just getting, just adding lemon or just drinking the straight water. And maybe it's the bubbles that, are really going to do it for you, and you're going to be fine without the soda. Another option is to switch to caffeine-free soda first. So maybe you drink a lot of Coke. That was my thing when I drank soda, is I loved Coke. So maybe cut out the caffeine first, and instead of doing it all at once, because it's usually the caffeine withdrawal that gives you a headache. So you might want to cut out the caffeine first, but keep the sugar in. So switch to something like Sprite or 7-Up or something that doesn't have caffeine, but does still have all the sugar, and it's still like full-on soda, not good for you, but as a stepping point. So it gives your body time to adjust to not getting that caffeine kick, and then you can do one of the other suggestions to cut out that soda and cut out the sugar. It just gives your body more time to adjust. And if you decide to go cold turkey, like maybe you're like, this cutting back slowly just isn't working for me and I need to just be done. One thing that helps me when I'm making a change, any kind of change, is just to not think about it as a forever thing, because it's hard to be like, okay, I'll never have chocolate again in my life. Well, what do you want to do then? You want to go have chocolate, right? Like it's kind of an overwhelming decision. But if I say I'm going to do without something for 2 weeks, like say I'm just going to try going without soda for 2 weeks and see how it is. It's, you know, totally a mental thing. It can help you really commit and stick to it for those 2 weeks. And then you're past the really hard point and you can keep going. But to just say, I'm never going to have soda again, a lot of times it's really overwhelming for people. And a lot of times they just, you know, it makes you crave what you're trying to get rid of, because you're like, I can never have it again if I follow through with this, right? It's a total mental thing. And really, ultimately, it's your choice what you have. If you want to have soda again, you can. But I mean, if you're watching this video, there's probably a reason that you want to give up soda. Probably a good reason, probably a worthwhile reason. So I would love to hear what works for you, or if you have other suggestions, I would love to hear it, because I'm so into helping people. And the more suggestions and the more tools I have to do that with, the better. So let's share. Put a note in the comments with what worked for you. And don't forget to have a great day.